Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I decided to start my own vlog in 2026. If this is something you like to watch, follow me. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comments or DM me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Before I get into these numbers, into these earnings, I wanted to talk to you guys. If you're thinking about getting into this business and you're watching all these videos drivers are posting on YouTube, to be honest with you, most of these drivers couldn't do a proper pre-trip. And I know you're gonna say, well, they're making money, they're showing it to us. Yes, I'm not saying they're not making money, but to what point? If you don't know anything about trucks, you don't know how to do preventable maintenance, regular maintenance, it's gonna break you. You're gonna fail, that is for sure. Fuel is your number one cost, so it's good to have a good fuel card so you get a better discount, plan your trips out, see where the fuel is cheaper. It is very important because it is your biggest cost in trucking. But maintenance is right after that. So if you don't know anything about trucks, learn. Spend some time, watch YouTube videos. There's a lot of information out there. And if you're watching all these videos and you did all the research online and you think you're gonna come into this business, do it better than everyone else, you're not going to. Time behind this wheel is the only thing that's going to teach you. Every old timer on here is going to tell you that same thing. It is a good career. It's a good job. It'll give your family a nice, comfortable life. But before you get into it, that's the number one thing you want to do. Sit down with your family and explain to them that you're going to be out there a lot. You're going to miss a lot of holidays. You're going to miss a lot of birthdays, anniversaries, all of that. So it gets depressing out here, lonely, so you want to get a good group of people to stay in touch with on the road, positive people, because this job will take a toll on you. You will get burned out at some point and want to quit. We've all been there. So you just gotta be mentally prepared to do this job. So, and in the beginning you're not gonna make that big bucks. Most companies won't be able to hire you without 2 years of experience. So you'll end up working for one of these bigger companies, and they do pay decent nowadays, but their whole point is to keep you out on the road. So they'll give you good paychecks, good miles, good runs, but as soon as you tell them you want to go home, that's going to change. They're going to give you less miles, because their whole point is just to keep you out there. And stay away from these lease to own programs. This is the biggest scam out here. So I don't suggest you do any of that. It's literally thousands a week that you have to pay to the company. So whether you're driving or not, you sign that contract, you're stuck with it. So be very aware of those things. The best thing to do is buy your own truck, buy your own trailer, open up your own authority if you can. If you can't, find a good company that'll dispatch you or that'll let you find your own loads, like I do in my case. I find my own loads, I have my own load board. So November and December is when it started picking up. Before that though, up until November, we were barely making enough to break even. So what happened is during COVID, there was a lot of work. The market got flooded with new drivers, new companies, and it was a great time to make money. People were buying trucks, upgrading their trucks, trailers, buying bigger homes, better cars. People got into a lot of debt. And what happened when it slowed down, when it all crashed, people were working extra hard trying to make those big payments, which was nearly impossible. If you came in at that time, bought a truck with those prices and a trailer, and after the crash, it was just impossible to make those payments. So a lot of people went out of business. A lot of companies closed down. If you just Google 2026, how many companies shut down that been around for 40 years, they just shut down. They weren't making money. That's the reality of trucking. When you're making the big bucks, you want to save the most. Be prepared for it, because it is going to slow down again. That's just the way it is. So let's get into these numbers. November and December, I grossed out at $48,850. I could have actually made more, but I got really sick in December. Took off for about 10 days. It was nothing serious. It was this virus going around, bad flu, whatever it was. I just couldn't get up. For New Year's, I went to bed 9 p.m. That's how bad it was. Anyways, so from 48,850, that is what I grossed out at. The company takes 10% that I'm leased on to. They deduct the fuel, cargo, ELD, IFTA, and cameras. So my net pay for those 2 months, what I took home was $22,187. And that does not include maintenance. Maintenance can be anywhere from 0 to thousands per month. It just varies for everybody every month. It's going to be different. One thing though, I want to tell you guys, during these months when brokers are desperate for drivers, for trucks out there, they're going to pay extra. But don't push it too much, because every time you call to book a load, the first thing they're going to ask you is your MC number. And they keep a record of everything. They know what loads you took, for how much you took them. And if you push that broker to pay you way extra, when it slows down and you need that load to get back home or whatever the case may be, and that broker has that load for you, he will remember what you did to him during those months, and he will not give you that load. It is very important to have a good, healthy relationship with your brokers. If you like my video, please give it a like, follow me, and I will see you in my next vlog.